There's nothing like having winter spice sangria. Most people think that sangria is a summer drink, but by adding these spices to it makes it a perfect winter drink. I'm going to show you how to make it. Our ingredients start off with a bottle of red wine. Now you don't have to spend a lot of money on the red wine, but just make sure you do like it. It should be under $20, not a very expensive red wine, but it should be light and fruity. We're also putting brandy in our sangria, fresh squeezed orange juice or tangerine juice, and simple syrup to sweeten it. And we have cinnamon sticks and fresh clove. And in the wintertime, these are the fruits that are readily available: pears, apples. I like to put some lime in it. But in the summertime, you can add berries, strawberries, pineapple. You can sort of play around, peaches, whatever you can find works for the sangria. Whatever your favorite fruit is that's seasonal, throw right in the sangria. First, we're going to start by making our simple syrup though. That's how we sweeten it. Very easy to make, so let's go over to the stove. I'm going to show you how to make it. Now they call this simple syrup because it's very easy to make. Okay, but a little tip, start with 1.5 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar. The reason I say 1.5 cups, if you look at most recipes for simple syrup, it will tell you a 1-to-1 ratio, but you lose 1/2 cup of water through the evaporation process. So start with 1.5 cups and then your cup of sugar, which will compensate for what we lose. And all you're going to do is whisk it together until the sugar dissolves. That's it. So we're going to keep whisking, and as soon as it's dissolved, we're going to cool it off, and then we can start our drinks. So let's first start with cutting our fruit. I'm going to use a Granny Smith apple, about 1/2, and a Rome for the color. And I have a red pear. And we'll put some lime in. I like the addition of lime. It adds a nice flavor to it. Okay, so you're going to cut some thin slices of lime. That's about enough. Okay, put that in our pitcher. And now the pear. The other half you're going to have to save for snack because I've tried using the whole fruit and it really is too much. So you'll see, and you can kind of eye it out. If you think you need more, you can always add it. It also depends on the pitcher. Okay, so we're just going to kind of eyeball it. And the Granny, which is tart. The Rome is not as tart. The texture is a little softer. The Granny adds a little tang. It's a little bit more tart, which I like. Okay, and we're going to save those for garnish. Okay, now we're going to add a cinnamon stick or 2 and some cloves. Simple. Next is our wine. And as I said, you don't have to spend a lot of money on wine. Just make sure you choose one that you would drink by itself. Our brandy. I've used tangerine because I found some wonderful sweet tangerines, but you can use orange juice. If you do, make sure you use a Valencia orange instead of a navel because it has more juice. And there's our simple syrup, which is cooled and ready to go. We're just going to give that a mix. Okay, now you can see my pitcher really does have room for some more fruit, so we can always add that. Add more fruit if you think it can hold it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to refrigerate for about 3 to 4 hours, or if you can, it's best overnight to really bring out the flavor. And then we'll be ready to serve. We'll be back. So we've let this sit in our refrigerator overnight, so the flavors are really, really well combined. And we're going to strain it because we have some cloves in there. Okay, when you get to that part, just give it a little stir. Might be some of the pulp that came off. In it goes. Okay, so we're ready to go now. We're going to add our sangria. Now, ice is purely a matter of choice. Some people like it, some people do not. We have some of the fruit out. I like to put it on a skewer so it's easy to eat. That's the best part. And we can put an orange on top and some grapes.